Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be tying the woolly bugger, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to use it and how to use it effectively for all kinds of different fish species, bass, trout, steelhead, stuff like that. And I'm going to be showing you how to tie it and how to use it. So let's get started. So materials, white marabou. Doesn't really matter what kind you use can use whatever you want. Some white chenille thread, using Vivis 100 denier. And then, for the weight, I'm just going to be using, lead wrap. And hook, for the hook, I don't know if you can see it, but in my vise, I've just got kind of a curved eye streamer hook, size 6, and some Mirage Flash Blue Rainbow. I think that's everything. So let's get started. So first, you're going to start with your lead wrap, and I like to make about 5 or 6 wraps. With my lead, then trim it or just break it off, just like that. Let's give it a quick little pop and it'll break off. Okay, then move it to about the front there. Another nice thing about the lead wrap is that it builds the taper. So, which is what you need in a woolly bugger. And now you're just going to start your thread right in front of the lead there. Make some wraps over that thread just to lock it down. Just going to thread up my thread there. And then kind of build up your ramp of thread to get onto the lead wrap. Build out in the front and the back. Okay, that's probably about good. Sorry guys, my bobbin's a little bit loud. Thread doesn't really like that thread too much, but it's nice and strong. So. Okay, now you're gonna pick your marabou feather. Doesn't really matter what feather you pick. Let's see here. It's also nice to have your feather picked out before you start tying the fly, which I did not come prepared. Shoot. Here's one. Okay. Kind of just pick the tips off of that feather. You don't want that super flush. Okay, and then tie that right onto the back. I don't like it super long. And just wrap that marabou. Lock it in place. Kind of just hold your marabou and just tie up. Pull it tight, and then trim it. Okay, wrap back to the marabou, and this is where you can add your flash blue if you want. Normally on the rig that I use, I have one with flash blue and then one without flash blue. So I'm gonna put flash blue in this one, just for the video's purpose. And I like to add quite a lot of it, actually. Smallmouth just seem to like this. Yeah, that's about good. Cut that. You may think this is not a lot of flash boot. It's about 3 strands, but I'm going to double it up, so. Just like I did in my last video. There we go. Now I got double the amount of flash boot. Just like that. Let's do a few wraps over that. Trim it. Just like that. Now, this is where you can make a decision. If you have copper wire, I would suggest this. I'd suggest doing this. But I'm going to do it just because most people don't have copper wire, so. Pick a hackle that looks about the right size to you. You can use your hackle gauge if you have one. Here's mine. It's my handy hackle gauge and hook gauge. I'd suggest getting one, especially if you're a beginner in fly fishing. That's about a number 6 feather. And tied in at the tip. Just kind of pull those fibers back. Then tie that in right at the tip there. Okay, now you're going to tie in your chenille. So, what I like to do with chenille, I always do this with my chenille. I'll take it out the package here, and then I'll just kind of strip the stuff off of the core there, and it just leaves you with that thread. And I'll just tie it in right there. It just gives you a nice tie-in point on the chenille. So I like to do that with all my chenille flies. Now let's pull that tight and wrap all the way to the front of the fly. You can stop right at about right in front of the lead. Then I'll just wrap that up. Doesn't really need to be perfect. Just make sure you put one wrap right in front of the other, and you'll do just fine. Then come over, tie off the chenille. Make sure I have a nice tight wrap on that chenille. Don't want that stuff coming off. Once I know I have a nice tight hold on that, I'll trim it. And just pull everything back. Just wrap over it all. Okay, now take your hackle and just rough it up a little bit. And start palmering it forward, or wrapping it. Each time you wrap, make sure you pull all those fibers back to ensure that you don't trap any. As you can see, as the feather gets bigger, it kind of helps create that taper that you want too. So. Then tie that feather off. Then that. Just kind of build up your head a little bit if you want to. And then whip finish. Pull it tight. And trim. And that's how you do the woolly bugger. Like I said, you can do, I like to fish it with one with flash boot and one without flash boot. So now I'm going to show you the rig that I use and how I fish it. Alright guys, now you know how to tie the woolly buggers. I'm going to be showing you guys what to set up for the leader and the rig that I use to catch all kinds of fish with these woolly buggers. So let's jump right into it. For starters, I'm going to give a big shout out to Berkeley Trilene. They're not sponsoring me, but I really love their stuff. It's really strong, it's pretty cheap, and it's really good to cast. It's really easy, and I really like it. Okay, but let's jump right into it and get into how to make the leader. Okay, so first of all, Berkeley Trilene, 25 pound for the butt section. Like I said, I really like the Trilene. For the mid section, I'm using 14 pound Berkeley Trilene. And for the tippet, I'm using 8 pound Berkeley Trilene. And I really love this stuff because you can literally get it anywhere. You know, Walmart, Dick's, any type of outdoors store, or any place that has outdoors equipment, you can get the stuff. So, to start off, I like about a 6-foot butt section, or about the size of my wingspan. I'm about 5 foot, so 5 foot, and I'll just take a couple more lines of this Trilene, and I've got about a 6-foot leader, or a 6-foot butt section, sorry. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 14 pound here, and I'm going to tie that onto the 25 pound with a blood knot. And if you don't know how to tie a blood knot, I'm going to be showing you guys in another video that will be coming out soon. So yeah, make sure look out for that video sometime. I don't know when it's going to be, but that's what I'll do. So I'll tie on that 14 pound. Okay, and if you don't know how to tie a blood knot, I'm gonna be making a video on how to do that very soon. So tie a blood knot from the 14 to the 25, and you're going to want a pretty short length of 14 pound. So there's the knot, and I'll probably want about 18 to 20 inches of that 14 pound. Then you're going to cut that 14. Okay, and then you're going to take your you're going to want your non-flash blue woolly bugger. That's going to be the second fly, and as you can tell, this one's a little bit beat up. I have used it a lot. Okay, but now you're just going to tie a fisherman's knot or clinch knot, improved clinch knot, onto that fly. I will also have a video on how to tie that too. A very simple knot and pretty easy to tie. Okay, if I can see here. Alright, with the knot, cinch it down and trim that. I don't have any scissors right now, so I'll trim that later. Okay, now you're going to take your 8 pound tippet here, and you're going to actually attach the end of this tippet to the bend of the hook of the fly. So you're going to tie that right onto there. Okay. And this is why the improved clinch knot is a really good knot, because you can make these tandem flies really, really good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, is the part where you gotta tie on that second fly. So I'm gonna leave about probably about 10 inches, maybe a little bit more, and then I'll cut it. And then I'll take my fly with the flash boo. As you can tell, this one's beat up too. Use this one a lot. And I'm going to tie another improved clinch knot right onto that. Right in the eye of the hook. Now, something that I've kind of found out about this rig is that bass, they tend to hit it harder. Okay, and I think the reason for that is because, you know, when they see a school of bait fish, you know, they're gonna want to eat as many as possible. Okay, so this causes them to chase after them and hit really, really hard, which I think is really exciting, and it really helps use these flies in tandem, because, you know, it's just a really cool strike, and you can really feel them when they hit hard. Okay, so there's your rig, and what I like to do is I will cast it out behind a boulder or something, and just let that current drift it right over the boulder. Okay, and then after that, they'll just come up and hammer that thing. And sometimes I'll even swing it for steelhead, and that works really, really good. So, yeah, hope you enjoy this video, and like I said, I'll be trying to make another fishing video here soon, and I'm trying as hard as I can. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, so I just need to talk about something really quick, before I end the video. I know that a lot of you guys want to see me do a fishing video. You know, I'm trying to, it's just, things haven't been cooperating lately. You know, the rivers are too high, ponds are muddy, and, just, the stuff that I could film, it just wouldn't really be that, good of a video, and it'd just be pretty boring for you guys. So, just want to let you know that, and, again, just subscribe, like and subscribe, and, yeah, see you in the next video.